Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader, and today's video is going to be a review. We are reviewing Survival Show by Juno, Dawson. Now this was the Introverted Reader book club pick for the month of August, and it's quite short. I read it quite quickly. But yeah, I love Juno Dawson. Y'all know that. She's one of my favorite authors. And this, I literally just finished this morning. So whenever sorry about my hair. It's not wet. It's my product, okay? So basically the premise of this is we're following our main character, Taryn, who is not living in the best conditions. Basically, this is like post-apocalyptic. This is like the world is just basically the world is on fire, and Taryn and her family and a bunch of other people are all that's left. It's like looking into a really weird futuristic mirror, if I'm being honest with you. They live in Scotland, or what's known as the Republic of Scotland, in a trailer. And it's just her dad, and her sister and her brother. Her mother passed away, and they're trying really hard to make ends meet and whatever. And so anyway, her brother Jensen is not well. He's very, very unwell. I think one of his organs is starting to fail, like his kidneys. And basically he needs this certain type of medication that costs a lot of money. This type of medication that costs a lot of money that they do not have. And Taryn goes to great lengths to get this for her brother. Like at the very beginning, she tries to steal some, but it doesn't go too well. And then she decides to put forth an audition for a singing competition called Star Maker, because Taryn can sing because her mother was a singer, and she has her mother's singing talents as well. So because her mother taught her everything, and she's like, I could go on this show, and and if I win it, I'll get money, so that we'll never have to worry about getting money for Jensen's medication ever again. Like, I'll be able to save my brother. And her dad doesn't want her to do it. Like, whenever she mentions she's gonna do it, he's like flat out no, because it's not just, it wouldn't just mean her going away and losing, and if she loses nothing, but like, if she loses, she will die, because in this show, if you get eliminated, they kill you. So basically, she's literally singing for her life. So I'm gonna leave this there just while I talk about it. So yeah, she puts in an audition, and yeah, she is able to go through and get on this show. So basically, if you take the singing competition like the X Factor or American Idol or whatever, the toxicity and drama of America's Next Top Model, and throw them both into the Hunger Games arena and watch what happens. Basically, or like Squid Game or something like that, So it's like her and a bunch of these other girls in this house, and they're all being like groomed to be like the perfect looking idols, whatever. And I realized that if you're a K-pop fan like I am, seeing the word survival show triggers something inside of you. Like, we don't like to think about that era. And I'm literally like, no, let's not think about it. But yeah, and like K-pop is mentioned a lot in this. They do some K-pop dance covers and stuff. And it's brutal what they put these girls through. Like, definitely I would be looking up content warnings and trigger warnings before you get into this, because it gets real. Because at first they're just like, oh, we're all going to be like famous, and they got us some new clothes, they gave us makeovers, we're in this beautiful house where they're being watched 24/7. And, they can't, have private conversations because they're being monitored. They take their phones and give them new ones that they're monitoring all the time. And, You know, it's like Big Brother always watching, you know, and it's just crazy. And Taryn trying to like navigate all of this and sort of in her head being like, you know what, yes, this is brutal, and yeah, they're monitoring everything, but like that's the way of the competition, and I need to do this because I need to save my brother, you know, because my brother needs this. If he doesn't get this, he's gonna die. And you know, and she talks about as well her mother's passing, and how whenever she sings she feels closer to her mother, and she's like, I need this, like I want to be able to, you know, I want to be able to sing for the rest of my life, I want to be able to write music and, you know, do all the things, you know, because like she genuinely has a love for singing and a love for music. And yeah, but like trying to navigate all this toxicity and all this like bad energy around her. And she does make friends with the girls in her group, one in particular, Layla, or Leila, sorry, Leila, Leila. Who, yeah, they become like besties, you know. And one thing that Juno Dawson does amazingly in all her books, if you've ever read any of her books before, where there's like a group of women as like the center main characters, like in Her Majesty's Royal Coven, you know, the women in that, you know, are like sisters. And it's like in this as well, she does genuinely make friends with these girls, and they do genuinely become close. And you know, they band together a lot of times, you know, to try and like fight back against the system and everything. So that is really, that like it's really beautiful, like the female friendship, she does that really well. But like some of the stuff that was going down, it was whew, I'm just gonna take a drink. And if you haven't drunk anything today, I get your beverage of choice and then come back. But like this was, it was wild, it was crazy, it was like constantly just being just on edge all the time, you know. And just like all the people that work for the company being really nice to them when they're doing what they're told, and you know, and just like, you don't do this, you could end up eliminated. But we don't want that, do we? No, like get out there and sing and smile and look like you're having the best time of your life, when in actual fact they're not. You know, like they put one of the girls on a diet because they think that she's too fat, but she's really not too fat. She's just a normal sized human being. And you know, and they meet other people that were on the show previous, and there's lots of talks about different things. There's like addiction, and just anyway, just beware of content warnings and everything when you go into this. But like this was absolutely crazy, this was absolutely wild, it's such a crazy wild concept to think about. And I'm so excited for the sequel. Like I didn't think that this was, they were gonna have she was gonna do a sequel, but like I don't know what's gonna come after this. I literally read the ending of it this morning, and I was just like, what's gonna go down? What's gonna happen? What are you gonna do? What's gonna happen? But like, yeah, this was crazy. It was wild. But like overall, I gave it 4 stars because there wasn't a whole ton of like wah sort of moments. You know what I mean? It was just, I'm just like reading it and sitting going, what? 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 And like getting me thinking about like all the singing competition type shows that I used to watch back in the day, you know, Pop Idol, I'm showing my age, Fame Academy, again, I'm showing my age, or like even X Factor, you know, thinking like everything looking all rosy and perfect on the surface, but what was really happening behind the stage? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Not that it, not to this extreme, obviously, but like all the other stuff, you know. If you've read this, please tell me, do you feel the same way? What did you think of it? Let me know down in the comments. So yeah, that is my video for you today. Bit of a shorter one this time. I will have part 2 of my moonwalk in depth coming on Tuesday because I need to write my notes and get myself together for that. So yeah, I hope you're all having a good weekend. Hope you're all having a good weekend. I'm determined to get myself out of my funk. I'm gonna try and do things today that spark the joy. But reading a book sparks the joy, so that'll be good. So let me know if you've read this, let me know your thoughts, and thank you all so much for watching this. Thank you for subscribing, thanks for liking and just watching my videos. It really, really makes me happy. All my socials are down below as always, my Blue Sky, my Instagram and Threads, and my TikTok. If you want to follow me on any of them, I would really, really love that. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe, comment, do all the things, and I'll see y'all on Tuesday.